Hello, my name is Kelsey Eller. I am a registered dietitian, have been a registered dietitian for about 15 years. My background is that I got my undergraduate degree in dietetics from Utah State University, and then I got my master's degree in nutrition science, also from Utah State. I was always interested in nutrition. I knew that it was going to be something that I wanted to do. Food always fascinated me. And so I knew that I would end up choosing something health related. And I fell into nutrition because it was a great combination of science, healthcare, and food. When I originally left school and got work as a dietitian, I started as a clinical contractor. So I worked for a healthcare company that had me contracted out to different long-term care facilities and small rural hospitals. So I was assigned to several different facility types all over the Western United States, and I both practiced clinical nutrition as a dietitian and also hired and trained other dietitians to do the same in different areas. That was a very rewarding field. I would say that clinical work is fast-paced, really rewarding, and I really enjoyed my time doing that. But my current area expertise is child nutrition. I moved from being a contractor to where I currently am at the Utah State Board of Education. I am a child nutrition coordinator there, and I oversee child nutrition programs and their implementation in the state of Utah. The child nutrition programs that most people are familiar with are the National School Lunch Program and the School Breakfast Program. Those are the easy ones. I oversee a staff of 6 that coordinates with school districts, charter schools, private schools, residential childcare institutions, a whole host of types of schools throughout the state and their implementation of those programs. In addition to school lunch and school breakfast, after school snacks, summer meals that most people are familiar with, we also do other types of community work such as farm to fork, working with local farmers, local growers, working with them with different grants and providing more local seasonal items to schools. We also work with the Utah Food Bank through a program called the Emergency Food Assistance Program, where we align foods that come from American growers that we can get through the USDA and make sure that they're distributed to over 100 food banks and food pantries throughout the state of Utah. So we work closely with the Utah Food Bank on that. I would say a normal day in my current work looks a lot like this. I actually work from home 4 out of 5 days of the week, most of the time. The Utah State Board of Education building is downtown in Salt Lake, so I'm down there once a week. But a normal day is me coordinating with my staff to ensure that the school districts, charter schools, school sponsors who run our programs have what they need to do that. So they coordinate on meal plans, menus, all sorts of things that the schools need, food safety, training. I would say about half of my staff are registered dietitians, the other half aren't. We have actually a pretty good variety of educational backgrounds, and I would say that that's probably one of the highlights or my favorite things about this job is the variety of people that I get to work with. Since I have been at the Board of Ed, a few of the projects that stick out to me have been that I've been able to help write nutrition curriculum standards for elementary school. I've been able to help write a wellness policy that is a template for all school districts to use throughout the state of Utah on what wellness practices they put in place, which has been awesome. We get to work again with local growers all throughout the state of Utah to, bring again local products into Utah schools, which has been awesome. Gotten to work with school nurses, teachers, community hunger groups, all sorts of different things with this particular job that has been awesome to see, and I would say from a nutrition perspective has been very interesting because of the impact on the local food system. Community nutrition, I think, is a really awesome piece of nutrition that I think is underrated. I will say that. Food systems, the way that food is grown, the way that food is moved around, the way that it gets to the people it needs to get to is a fascinating system, and this job has allowed me to see some of the more finer elements of the food system, not only in Utah, but also in America and across the nation, as how we get nutritious, healthy food to the people who need it. And so that part of this job is really rewarding and has been really fulfilling. I would say that the qualities that you need to be good at something like this or a position like this would be a few things. Communication is number one. I will say that communication, the ability to communicate clearly, listen to other perspectives, and collaborate well with others is a key skill in no matter what position or what field you end up in. But it is certainly key to this one because we do so much work with so many different types of groups, so many different types of people, again, ranging from teachers to aides to school nurses to community groups to food service managers and coordinators in school districts. There are so many different types of people doing so many different types of work that the ability to communicate, listen, adapt really well is a key skill. Adaptability, again, is another one that I will say is very important because of the fact that in this particular job, we work for the USDA, essentially, and we have no control over legislation, regulation, federal policy, state policy. Those types of things happen outside of our own control, and so the ability to be adaptable and having the ability to create your work despite moving conditions and the ability to work with what you've got and make the best out of it and still communicate well through uncertainty is also a really good skill. I would say that some of the least favorite things I have about this job would be something similar to that. There's a lot of red tape. The government is the government, right? It functions in a very specific way. And again, there are a lot of things that happen outside of my own control or my department's control. We have to know what the USDA is doing. We have to know what Utah is doing. We have to know what the federal government is doing as far as nutrition policy and program creation and program rules and regulations, and those things change actually rather frequently. So the pace and the lack of control sometimes is something that, takes a little getting used to. One of my tips for any of you who are interested in pursuing a career in nutrition would be to be open-minded. Health, nutrition, wellness are extremely broad fields, and nutrition and dietetics specifically are extremely diverse. The ability to do different things inside this field with this specific credential is huge. And so being open-minded to the places that it can take you would serve you well. And I hope you all are great, and good luck.